Right, okay, hello washing machine fans. It's not another vacuum cleaner, not a vacuum cleaner video this one, it's going to be one about the new washer. We're going to do a cycle on here, which I'm going to be videoing. This is going to be, I did do one yesterday of a cottons one, but I wasn't happy with that video set, so I deleted those because I was given some inaccurate information about the machine. So I thought, well, we'll delete that one and we'll do another one. So this one here is going to be one for basically for pillows. So I'm going to do some bed pillows from my bed inside here. I did the sheets in here yesterday on a cotton cycle, but I hadn't got room in there to do these. So I thought, well, we'll try the duvet cycle to see how that works, to see what sort of agitation we get on the main wash on here. I'm afraid it won't do the turbo wash on this one because I'm sure everyone wants to see that. But the turbo wash will be coming up on later washes, which I will do in due course. I'll wait till I've got another easy care one or a cottons one, and then we can watch the turbo wash work on it then. But for today it's going to be the duvet cycle, so I'll probably have about 20 minutes of coverage from the main wash, and then I will come back on the rinses, and then we will see the final spin on this. Okay? I apologise that I can't get the entire cycles on here because the camera battery won't do it, and I haven't got time to recharge the battery while the cycle's going, and I only have one battery for the camera. So without further ado, I will get it loaded, get the powder in, and we'll get it going. Okay, so what I'll do is put the camera, focus that down on what I'm doing down here. So we're basically hoping that it doesn't actually fall down. I will put the pillows in, we'll put the powder in and the conditioner, and we'll get it going. Right, so we'll have the one pillow in this way. I'm hoping it will really make a good job of washing these. And there's the other one inside the top there. And as they're white, they show up better through this smoke plastic door, because I'm going to put the camera in front and we'll see it through the door. When you do a dark wash in here, you can't really see a lot that's going on in this drum through this door, unfortunately. So that's in, and we will put the Persil powder in. Again, I need to make sure there's no big lumps in it, because what happens with these big packets, they get a bit damp over time, and then they get hard lumps forming, and so I have to go through with a screwdriver, basically, like that, to break all the hard lumps up, because they won't flush through the drawer on this machine like they did on the old one. They get stuck. Right, there we go. I think that's in. I'm going to use Aldi fabric conditioner. So this is Anco So Soft, and it's Summerfields. For anybody that wants to know, I'm a bit of a cheapskate and I won't pay out. Well, I have got some of the I have got Comfort Intense in here, but I use that for clothes rather than bedding, so the bedding gets the cheap stuff and the towels. So we'll have one cap full of that in the dispenser and put it in at the start of the wash. Okay, so that's basically how we've loaded it up. What happens, you see, is if you get any big chunks in there, they get stuck in these sections here and they won't go through. As I found the other day when I finished the load and found there was a load of powder still stuck in there, so we have to be careful with that. And the conditioner goes in that little drawer. Now we turn it on. And we're going to put it onto 1, 2, 3, 4 duvet. You've got to be careful with these lights because they don't actually correspond very well, as I noticed before. That looks like it could almost be on hygiene, so you have to be careful when you select the lights. But that is on duvet. That's giving me a 1 hour 33 wash. So obviously I haven't got time to cover the entire wash cycle, so I don't want it on cold, I want it on 40 degrees. So I'm going to press the temperature button till I get to there. And then I'm going to leave the spin on 1000 RPM. It won't let me do any higher than that. That's giving me a 1 hour and 41. So I'm not going to have any other options selected. I can't select turbo wash because it won't let me. So you try and select it and it won't allow it. So there we go, it's on 1 hour 41 and we're going to start the wash cycle right now. The initial funny noises it makes from that detergent drawer, by the way, when it starts to fill, if it does it this time, it does it in short bursts to start with. What it basically is doing is trying to flush anything away through in this side here, and it can't do long surge on that because of the way it's only got a very small exit. Very unusual the way the pre-wash compartment works. Okay, so let's fire away. See, it makes those short bursts of filling before it will fill through the main compartment. Very strange. So I'm now going to put the camera on the usual tripod here. And we'll just make sure that it's positioned correctly. Okay, now we're going to have to leave coverage of the main wash here. It looks from the cycle action on this that it works very similar to the delicate cycle, where there's very little agitation or very little movement of the drum with the pillows in on the duvet cycle. So I can only assume that the rest of the wash cycle is going to be more of this. So it looks like it turns the drum once every so often, and with long intervals of no action in between. It may be that it's waiting for the water to heat up to 40 degrees, I don't know at the moment, but I will keep my eye on the wash cycle and I'll be able to report back at the end whether it actually does change the method of tumbling. But at this point I will end the wash cycle coverage here. We have another 1 hour and 20 minutes left on the display, so I can only assume that there's going to be a fair amount more of wash time before it cuts into the rinses. So I will return to the recording once the rinse cycle starts. Okay, so that's all for this part of the video, and we will leave it here and return on the rinse cycle.